Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a Rocky Mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. It is Sunday, September 27th, Monday, September 28th for those of you across the pond and beyond. Welcome to We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I'm so glad you guys could join us this evening. I'm your host, TessaTNT, and I hope you had an awesome start to your weekend and that everything's been going smoothly. I know that football and such is back on the airwaves as far as the TV, so I'm not really into that, but I'm sure, I know my grandma is and my mom was, but I'm sure that's what a lot of people may be doing this evening. But you guys can also find us on Spreaker.com. That's where we're at live now. Periscope, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, CastBox, Tumblr, YouTube, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio, Deezer, as well as Podcast Addict. So tonight I have a treat for all my guys and gals out there. Tonight we'll be talking to and getting to know Mr. Bill Hauser, aka Candoey. And he's an independent paranormal researcher and investigator, and he was born in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and lived on the West Coast, particularly in the city of Surrey, BC. A well-rounded investigator and researcher using different types of equipment on paranormal investigations in different locations. Paranormal activities are things that he is so passionate to do. He has dedicated and committed himself to ghost hunting for over 20 years now. Yes, he has his own personal paranormal experiences, but fearfulness didn't stop him, yet it was the key to widen his horizons, discover new things, quest to find real answers, and help others deal with paranormal concerns. Digital, night vision, and full spectrum video cameras are products of modern technology that makes paranormal investigation and research easier for him. At present, he is focusing his research of paranormal phenomenon, asking questions to spirits using the following devices: EVPs, electronic voice phenomena with digital recorder, and special featured programs. Spirit Box, Ghost Box, and known as Frank Box are samples of controversial electronic devices that he uses. This electronic device called ITC, which means Instrumental Transcommunication, is a device used for two-way real-time spirit communications, which gives great results upon asking questions. For the record, all of Bill's YouTube videos that he has done and posted are filmed in RAW, and there's no alterations. He did networking with other paranormal organizations on current paranormal issues and has been invited to numerous radio programs to share information about different techniques on how you should do proper ethics of research in this type of field. Hey Bill, thanks for joining us again here on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies.
Well, thank you, Tessa. I just want to say hello to all your great listeners out there.
It's so awesome that you're here, and I always look forward to doing the Ghost Box because I'm just always amazed at what comes through. And I know there's been different things that happen sometimes to people listening to this, so do take heed if you are listening. If you have any sage or protective stones or prayers you'd like to use, be sure to do that prior to and at the end of the show. And I know Bill does those as well to help us out along the way. But you were saying that you have a new box that you've been using.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Rob Hernandez of California. He built me a great ghost box. It's got a reverb, so it's the RTC handheld reverb ghost box. And yeah, it's used it a little bit already and used it on my podcast and at events and so on. And yeah, it's been really interesting, the stuff that's come through there. Still getting a little used to it, but it's cool. To be honest with you, I think it's got some great potential out there, and I'm looking forward to using it more and more. So
that's awesome. And can you tell us what this box is called and how perhaps it's different from the others you use?
Well, it's the RTC handheld reverb ghost box, basically. That's what he put the title to the device. And it is a reverb concept, just like I'm going to be using with the other radio, but that's being patched through a Echo Effects speaker system. But this one's all in one kind of thing, and it's great, very portable. It's handheld, so you can take it out in the field or investigations or whatever. So, yeah, it's been a really interesting so far using the device.
And you had said that you had used it on a recent investigation. Can you tell us what exactly happened?
Well, I used it at an event there. Lately, I've been going and doing an event. I've been invited to do that, and it's basically a decommissioned hotel. Basically, it's closed down, and it's got management team in there. And basically, right now, what the hotel is being used for a lot is the movie industry. They do filming there. But in between the filming, and that's kind of with the COVID-19 situation, filming has been kind of cut down quite a bit there, but I think that'll pick up in the new year. But however, this hotel has a lot of history. I was quite amazed by all the history. It has organized crime and the bikers and different gangs that were there and all kinds of stuff. There's been murders and rapes and other terrible things have happened, people being tortured there. So, yeah, I was quite amazed when all the information started coming to me from the people that do the tour, and I was like, wow, I didn't expect all this. So, yeah, it's an interesting place.
That's awesome. So, with your box, what did you pick up on? Did you get stuff that like went along with the history or what they were saying?
Well, we got a lot of things like I was interacting with because each group that came through, they rotate because of the COVID-19. If we have an event, we have to keep the numbers down at a certain amount and then break them up into groups. So I had a station there, and basically I got the first time I got what they called the muscle room, but the second time I got the room 101, where a lot of the local gangsters, shall we say, rented that room, and yeah, they used it for all kinds of stuff going on there. So, but some of the reactions were like get out and clear out near the end, and some profanity, of course. Very kind of in tune with the nature of the people that used to be there. They're, the kind of the rough side of life.
So a lot of times we've talked about different accents and stuff coming through. Were you picking up on like some gangster accents or lingo or slang going on there?
A little bit, but we're picking up a lot, in English mostly. And yeah, there was some people with some accents. Whether or not they were related to the hotel, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it was very much, a lot of profanity, like I said, that came through on the radio. So that was interesting. Of course, I emphasized, well, you can't use that kind of language on talk radio or anything in the FM band or AM. Because this is, these radios work on the broadcast radio, so that's a no-no, especially the F-bomb. Yes, yeah,
for sure.
They were saying some, pretty nasty things.
Yeah, it's funny you said that because they do crack down on, and it's like a list of 5 or 6 words. And just recently, I heard that Facebook was trying to block my cousin from saying something along the lines of, it had the word bitch in it. And I'm like, well, you can say that on the radio, so why can't you say it on Facebook? But it seems like they're really locking it down tight. But that's a good point you have. You can't say that on the radio, so obviously it's not on the airwaves.
No, and I always ask to the people, like, where is this coming from? And so they kind of a little confused when I ask them that question. But then I sort of say, well, the only thing is it's got to be some intelligence behind this that's actually using profanity and spewing it out for us to hear it.
That is so interesting. So like I said before, did you have things that coincided or, a lot of times when I do investigations and I use like the Ghost Radar app, Legacy or whatnot, sometimes a lot of intelligent answers come through and it's like one after the other, but sometimes it just really doesn't make sense. So were you finding things like with the cussing and such and hey, get out of here. Like that lined up with what you had heard was
Yeah, well,
expected?
a lot of very kind of aggressive kind of talk in that regards. Basically, they didn't really care for me having the ghost box and communicating with them. They kind of made that quite clear.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of spirits that are out there kind of like to do their own thing and don't want to be discovered, whether it be seen or heard. So that's pretty interesting as well.
Yeah,
Did you?
exactly. And when I think of it now, I mean, yeah, there was a few little things they said that could be relative to maybe the past of the history of the hotel.
So as far as experiences that night, were there people that had different experiences, or were they trying to keep quiet and really nothing happened, or I don't know. It seems like I'm just dying to go out there and do something, but with COVID going on, like you said, it's really difficult, and they have to put the numbers down, and it takes a lot longer for the process. But was there a lot of activity for people around you?
Yeah, some people experience touching, and I think one experienced their hair being touched in a very unusual way that they caught their attention and things like that.
So interesting. I'm really dying to go on an investigation. Since COVID
Yeah,
went,
yeah.
like there's so many people
Well,
reaching out for help, and a lot of the team doesn't want to go out. But there was one member that was on last night that was willing to go, so that's good. Because going on your own is really dangerous. But I'm very envious of you, Mr. Candoey.
yeah. Well, I've actually broken that rule many a time and gone out there. Yes, it's not always the best thing to do. Going out, your safety is always the most important thing, but I do look after the safety issues. And I mean, we talk a lot about negative spirits and that, but we also have to kind of look at the where you're going, and tripping hazards and things like that. Know your area, and it's always good to have a walk around ahead of time, so where to move around and so on, so you're not going to trip over something or maybe fall down a set of stairs, or who knows, right?
Yeah, for sure. So that's good that you get a good walk through before you do that, because there can be conditions or different things that can be out there that can trip you up, especially if you're focused on that box and what you're doing. The area around you can really cause some issues.
Yeah, well, they gave me room 101 the last time. What I liked that room. I had the muscle room. They call it the muscle room. That was the first time I was there, and that was used by the mafia. It was kind of like a boardroom with a little kitchenette off of the side there. And unfortunately, there was a little bit of furniture still there, and you had to watch in the dark that you didn't bang into it or trip on it or whatever. But the 101 room was a lot better. There was nothing in there. I brought in a table from another room just so I could have something to put the ghost box on. So, yeah, I like that room better, and I think overall that worked a lot better.
That's awesome. Also, when it comes to investigation, it seems like a lot of times there's different floors that are majorly affected. It could be the top floor. A lot of times it's the third floor, even if there's floors above it, or the basement area. Did you guys have areas that were more active than others?
Well, the nature of the tour is that they walked around ahead of time, and I went with them, and we went to a lot of the different places. So we went down in the basement area and all through there, and then up right up to the third floor. And up in the third floor, they have what they call the bride's room. That got nicknamed the bride's room. Unfortunately, a terrible tragedy happened, and a bride was spending their honeymoon there, and she committed suicide. And yeah, it was very sad to hear that kind of a story, and especially at a special time, in their lives, and then all of a sudden this to happen. So it was really sad.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what happened. Once you get married, you're kind of locked into things. Did perhaps she find out that he was having an affair with somebody that he cared more about? Or, I don't know, it always makes you wonder what the backstory is to that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but anyway, I mean, I think she was found in the bathtub. So, uh, yeah, I don't know all the details what surrounded what led up to that. But yeah, it was very quick and it was very sad.
Indeed. And what was the name of this place again? It sounds familiar. I think I've seen it on a show or something.
Well, they do filming there with the movie industry, so uh, basically it's been known as the Pink Palace Hotel. That's kind of the what the local people and around my area know it as, and because the building is actually painted pink. But now they have like a construction fence around it and limited access, and of course, basically you have to have permission to be there to begin with.
Yeah, which is very important. You know, you have to sign different waivers, so on and so forth. And a lot of people say waivers is just the person admitting, hey, there's something wrong here, so we have to sign a waiver. If something happens to you and you get hurt, we're not liable, but a lot of times that's not covered because they're admitting in the first place that there is a hazard. But I'm so glad that they're opening up and allowing people to go in there because I know everybody is kind of chomping at the bit to get out there and do paranormal investigations. So when you're out there doing this, are people using protection so far as masks or gloves or anything of the sort?
Yeah, that was one of the conditions of you being there. You had to have mask cover at all times while you're inside the building complex, and social distancing and so on. And, you know, hand sanitizers were made available and that. So, yeah, generally, yeah, that's the safety guidelines that the provincial government here puts on these kind of events. And then the numbers have to follow in suit. So only so many. And then it's broken up into 3 rotating groups after.
It's interesting because, like I said, I've been away from home for a month. In California and Arizona, it is so strict. Everybody is wearing their masks. And then I get back home and they're so laid back. When I went to the gas station today, the workers are running around, no masks on. They still have their little plastic shields up where their cash registers are, but otherwise they're not wearing masks and doing things like that, and it just kind of really blows my mind. Like they don't realize how real this is and that the numbers are going back up. And I don't know, it just really blew my mind when I went in today and they're not wearing masks and not doing the precautions, and it's kind of, to me, reckless.
Yeah, well, here it's not mandatory that you wear a mask provincially, but however, businesses and so on, like Starbucks, for example, they have a rule that if you go into any of their stores for coffee, you have to wear a mask. And Walmart and some of the other stores, some of the small independent stores as well. So basically, I have a mask all the time, and I wear it as much as I can when I'm out in public and so on. So, yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is yeah, this is very real. So we have to take that in consideration that, yeah, our safety is paramount as well as safety of the people around us. So,
For sure. And you said the last show that you've been helping a lady that doesn't live too far away from you. She's got some stuff going on. Are there any other investigations you've done since we've talked last that you'd like to tell our listeners about?
yeah, I've had a few other ones, but again, confidentiality comes into play a lot of times, so I can't really talk about any of the details and so on. So, that's one of the things that I do on investigations. So I make sure that, yeah, we have an agreement not to share that and so on, and me posting stuff.
Well, not that you can share a lot of information or anything, but while you're doing these investigations, are the ghost boxes helping and actually giving answers to these people that need help?
Yeah, oh yeah, because a lot of times I'll basically do a one-on-one what do you call session with them and have it recorded, and then of course go through it after and find out, you know, the highlights and so on and that, and then send them that after by email, so they get the highlights as well as the full version of the actual session.
So what made you decide to go out and get this new ghost box? Was it something that someone had said, hey, I got this new thing going on, you want to try it out? Or had you seen it somewhere and decided you wanted to put that into your collection of ghost boxes?
Basically a collection of ghost boxes, but I saw that this probably would be good because the reverb concept that's become very popular now, using reverb, because people who don't listen to the ghost box very often, they find that more easier in the long run, because when the actual replies come through, it's easier to hear than, if you have a radio with a lot of hissy static sound, it's harder for them to listen to.
It definitely is. And I know when I've ordered mine, it always comes with this little slip that says, this is an experimental tool, nothing's been proven. But it also tells you that people with mental disorders, so on and so forth, should not be around these tools. And I often wonder, because even people without mental disorders, due to the ksh, ksh, ksh sound going on, tend to get anxiety. They tend to get headaches or migraines or whatnot. So it's really cool that they do the reverb thing and kind of cut out the whole ksh noise.
Yeah, it does make it easier, even for myself too. But there's times, like a lot of times, I don't hear a lot of stuff that comes through. I hear some of it, but then I kind of get really highly focused in, and so yeah, it's almost like, I wouldn't say getting into a trance, but I really get into the zone for a session. So I always say you got to record your sessions no matter what. And you can go back and review it after to find out where replies came through and that. So I actually have people around me when I'm doing sessions say, oh, I heard this and that. So yeah, they're hearing it and so on. So that's good. And, the main thing, yeah, people that use the ghost box, yeah, I mean, you say people with mental disorders and so on. Yeah, I mean, it's not a tool for everybody. And yes, these types of equipment are experimental. Anything in the ghost hunting field is really experimental, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it really is, because there really is no scientific method to do this. I suppose that perhaps you could put some sort of tent that they use for when they're bombing a house for bugs or whatnot. You could put that around a structure and go in there repeatedly and try things out and test it scientifically that way. But otherwise, I mean, it's unproven. They say entertainment purposes only, but then they give you the warnings and such. But I've seen so many people have really good luck with these things, especially you, Bill. Like, I can't believe the things that I picked up listening to you over the years. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate that, basically these devices, most of them, they work quite well for me. So, yeah, you have to find the radio that really suits you in that regards, where, basically it's your contact field and how you work with that device.
When you're using these devices, do you feel like you could be somewhat empathic or have some sort of gift that allows you to do it better than other people? Or, like, sometimes do you get the answers before they even come through on these devices?
Yeah, that happens. You get sometimes they'll reply with something that you were already thinking about making a question regarding something. So that has happened quite often.
So do you feel like you're empathic and you have gifts, or are you not quite sure?
Well, a lot of my medium friends around here say you're more connected than you ever give yourself credit for, Bill. So I think, yeah, to some degree, I probably have that. And by using a device like the Ghost Box, probably works well for me.
Well, we actually have a question here in the chat room for the Ghost Box. Sleepy Dave said, ask Bill, Gino Williams, is he around? Ask if he would, and he said, the pot monster says hello. Okay, so he's asking if you would try to contact Gino Williams, and the inside joke is the pot monster, or the pot monster says hello. And he said he passed in 2015.
Okay,
and
Gino, yeah, Gino Williams.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, let me just turn it on.
He also said his nickname was Genocide. He said that's an inside joke between Genocide and I. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Okay. Hello? Who would like to talk to me? That's right. You know, I have someone here that has a question, wants to get a hold of someone. Gino Williams. Sleepy Dave wants to get a hold of Gino Williams. Gino Williams. How are you doing? Do you have a message for Dave? I hear you had one nickname. Genocide. That's pretty interesting nickname. Do you have a message for Dave? Gino? Do you have a message for him?
Philip.
Are you doing okay on your side? Are you at peace, Gino? Are you truly at peace? What's it like on the other side, Gino? You doing good? What would you like to tell Dave, Gino? I feel you want to say something.
That's good.
Okay, we thank you for communicating. Goodbye. Okay.
Well, that was interesting because I heard the F word several times.
Well, yeah, that's right. So that does happen. So
It
don't be alarmed
says,
if you do ghost boxing. That will happen to you.
so for me, I got, fuck you, you're late, he loves the dope, I am here, yep, Geodon, oh fuck, Dave, I'm here, what a cougar, please, I'm Philip, maybe later, kick the ball, in the heat, wait, and then it said Philip again, it's like that, then Tiki Club, Bruja, whatever it is, there is the light, just go, then it says Phillips, I love him, all that's good, mate, her name's Agatha, stand by, it's all. Then it said the world, and then we didn't go any further than that. Sandra said that she heard Lane, what of it, shit, sleepy, nope, wait, thousand, he did the next man, logical, you're the wood, wait, bitch, he's dead, Dave's 80 September. Lynn said he heard Dave, Philip, pretty, do what, go for it, beside it, do what. He said the AC was running, so he missed a lot. And then Sandra said, the sooty guy with a robe that touched my shoulder, does he have a message? Okay, so she was asking for something as well. And let me scroll back up to what she had said. She said, I want to hear from the guy that visited me a couple of weeks ago, and does he have a message? I was told he was from the year of 8931. Wait a minute. 89, yeah, 31. I think she had the caps on because it was an exclamation point. Oh, he said genocide was not his nickname. I think that was a typo. But Gino,
Okay.
yeah, so that was interesting. We're like, okay. But yeah, that was interesting. So Sandra is wondering, the sooty guy with the robe that touched my shoulder, does he have a message?
Okay.
And then she said 893.
All right. Hello. I have Sandra here on the other side. She wants to know who touched her at her place. Who keeps touching Sandra at her place? Would you be able to identify yourself? Do you come around Sanders' place all the time? Are you friend or foe? What's your purpose of hugging Sandra? Is there something you need to tell her? Do you have a message for her? You have a message for Sandra? How many active spirits around her place, Sanders' place? Can you tell me? Is it just a few? Or is there a lot? Stashed away. Stashed away? So what's your purpose of bothering Sandra? Are you trying to get her attention? What's 893? What does that mean? Can you tell me what 893 means? This what? What does it mean? What's the meaning of it? 893. Can you tell me? Can you tell Sandra? Sandra really wants to know. Okay, well, we thank you for communicating. Bye. Okay, that was quite interesting. Well, I had a lot of random words, but also I think maybe some of those words might have meaning with Sandra, what they were saying.
For sure. It was pretty interesting. So I got, is that her? Hold on, it's scrolling up because people are putting their stuff into. Okay, is that her chicken? Then it said Sandy Love, it's Doltry, or he, that's nice. It's leeches like parasites. I'm in love with her. Up into the netherworld. She's short and quick. Female. Then it said 27 in my palm. Please, Steve-O. Oh. Is that a staff? Sarah. They're dead. I'm not in my body. Sandra Weird or Weir. He's in Monaco. Brother. For your pleasure. Sure. There it is. There's my friend. Eric. Yes. Absorb it. 8, 9. And then it said whatever. And then I also got, hold on, 3s affected. He's the biggest. He's the moon here. Very super. It's strong, mate. You are all in line except the gracious. What did you get?
Well, some of those, what you just mentioned, I got. Again, I think it's more directed, of course, to Sandra than, of course, me. I mean, I'm just the messenger, really. So, but yeah, I mean, even the feel of it too was, I find, uniquely kind of weird.
Yeah, it was.
It had a weird vibe, I'll tell you.
I think he's in love with her. It's like romantic. I don't know if it's somebody she knew in the past that passed or what. Sleepy said he heard someone should have winked. And then let's scroll down here. Sandra heard knock knock, lovely. Topic, female, see that? Mental, we see. Static, bye bye. Stashed away, he's in, let it go, not happy. Friend, truth, expected art, coming, no. Laugh, it's drawback, exit. And then Lynn said, is that right? I did. Dope scene, first of all, I am not the one. $10 now, oh why would I want? Are you talking to me, Lynn or Lynn? Cable. I wonder if he's doing the one that we did before this one. Say what? He thinks, come in, history, damage, yes. 3, who did it? No. And a strong back. And Sandra said it was hard to figure. I have to listen again, but yeah, I think somebody is in love with you, beautiful Sister Sandra. Even from the other side.
Yeah.
He's enamored.
Yeah, there's obviously some kind of strange connection there to Sandra, so how that exactly plays out, I don't know.
It's so interesting. And this is your new box, correct? That we're using?
No. We're using the Colas 89, the old one. The other one is just, I'll do a test run with that. I'm not ready to use it just yet for asking questions on talk radio just yet. Until I feel more that it's, that I'm in tune with it, shall we say.
Yeah. I like to fly by the seat of my pants, but yeah, I'm totally up for what you're up for. Sandra said OMG from 893 with a question mark, and then Lynn said maybe 1893. I don't know, this guy had like more of a British accent, and he sounds like, of that lineage.
That's kind of interesting information there. I mean, Sandra, I know she lives near the greater Victoria area, natural Victoria. So, I mean, Victoria had the English there, of course, basically. So,
Yeah, it
it
was
could
like an
very well be a connection there from back in that time period.
yeah, and all of Canada and England and uh,
In France.
Scotland and all these places are run by the monarchy, so that's interesting. But yeah, I think she's got a love on the other side. Perhaps it could be from a past life and he's still following her, but yeah, she's got some love in the air. We have a call from area code 330. Who are we talking to?
This is Moonlit. Good evening, Tessa. Good evening, Bill.
Good
Hi,
evening,
how you
Moon.
doing?
Doing good.
Excellent.
Hey, good show so far. Very interesting. And I'm very intent now to hear if you can help me out.
Sure.
I would like you to send out a request out there to Creme.
Krim.
Creme.
Krim.
Yes.
Okay.
How do
Someone
you
who I'm
spell
missing,
that?
been missing for a while.
Is that Krem?
Creme.
Okay.
Creme.
Okay.
Like creme de la creme.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple definite hits words that I will tell you afterwards when you get the results in. If there's anything near them, this is somebody that I'm missing very badly. I think they're gone. So please do what you can.
Okay. Moon, is it possible that I could use your first name? Because I think that sort of connects better,
Oh yeah,
to the other
Kevin.
side.
Yeah,
Okay,
Kevin.
yeah, exactly. Okay, thanks, Kevin. Okay, we'll turn it on.
Yeah, never a problem, Bill.
Hello. I have Kevin here on the other side of my computer. He's listening in other words. He wants to get a hold of Krim. Krim, are you there? Krim, do you have a message for Kevin? You doing okay on the other side, Krim? You truly happy? Okay, do you have a message? Do you have a message for Kevin, Krim? Can you give a message to him? He really wants the message. He can listen. He can listen in here. Krim? What would you like to tell him? What would you like to tell Kevin? You must have a message of importance, Krim, to Kevin. Anything you'd like to say of Pino, Krim, to Kevin?
Stop by the store.
Okay, well, thank you for communicating. Okay.
Okay, so that was really interesting for me. I got a lot.
Yeah, the box is really talking tonight, so.
Yeah, so active. I don't want to go to break. Holy shnikes. Okay, so what I got was, I gotta scroll back up. Hello, Court of Mesium, I think it was. Geez, did someone, I'm here, hold on. I'm here for Kevin. Hola, yes, west of Arkansas. Plenty of planes to kill. Ecstatic, blessed, Nachia. Following us, is this what was? I got CA. I don't know if that was Can or California. I can't remember. Forget what we. Yeah, yes, we've been. What's up? You're laughing then. You get it. Up. Been such a push. You are with the intelligent who are off and aid the needy. Do what you know, Kev. I'm late in September. Back then it was very lovely. The week we rocked. In the end, you lost my number, yes, but the septum. We will never be apart. Earthbound Indians and Gettysburg. Sandra said that she heard, geez, the time, a whole lot of it, truthful, yes. Wes Clark, I'm sorry about the dogs, you guys. Points that count, British. Is this what it is? Forget it. That thing, what's up? Forget it. Bob, can't, Cora, shit, bad name. I'm late, got it. Europe, Canadian, not yet accepted. You guys, and she heard Gettysburg as well. Sleepy said I heard Jesus, someone, all the points has, what's up? Cora, I might go to Europe. Is this the speaker? And then just. And then Lynn said that he heard, hey there, second, Jesus. Yeah, I'm here, truth. He has them, truth, ice, British. Is this one of those? Yes, what's up? I think I'm late. Not yet, yes. Oh, my sister, Bakers and Pittsburgh. Did you hear any of those, Kevin, or?
I heard a few of those.
Yeah, I'm not real good about hearing. That's why I was really listening for what you guys heard. I heard a couple of those words in there, and I did mute the call and listen over my monitors while we were on that. And I was hoping to hear a couple little words in there, but I didn't get to hear in any of these. He's my little boy and my little kitty cat. I didn't know if he might have. There was very vocal and a lot of stuff in here, and I didn't know how it might come through, if anything, or anybody, or if he could come through, and so I don't know what's happened to him. He's been gone for several months now, and he was very dependable before.
Is that the one we were talking about that went missing? Like, yeah, he'll come back. He's a tomcat and he's going out and exploring and stuff. Is that the same one, or is this a different one?
No, it's the same one, and it's been 3 months now, and so I was I didn't know if you've ever had any luck or any experimented with a pet before, a cat or an animal, Bill, and but you certainly got a lot of responses from here, and
well, it's interesting responses, actually. Yeah, like the west of Arkansas, somebody said hola, like perhaps like a Spanish or Mexican family picked him up because they saw him somewhere or whatnot and took him back towards Arkansas, probably like Tennessee, I'm thinking, or even, Missouri, west of Arkansas, Oklahoma or Missouri is what I'm getting. I think he's still alive. Yeah. I think he just got picked up.
I think it might, by some of the language on here, it's almost like somebody grabbed a hold of him and he was traveling. And, we are very close to Pittsburgh. Len was on there. Some of these places are off the highways that might be traveled by somebody, if they picked him up and put him in his car and took off. And it's hard to tell. I was hoping to hear a couple of words that would make me think of him, but
like Sandra said, maybe perhaps he went west of Arkansas and then somebody else picked him up, and we all got Gettysburg, so I'm wondering if you put like his picture up on a lost and found pet site or something like that in Gettysburg to see if somebody has found him. That would be pretty interesting.
That's
definitely
worth a shot right there.
Yeah,
I might hit Craigslist and a couple other Facebook pages down there, exactly. And check the cat rescue things down there and see if there's if he shows up down there, because it'd be worth a shot. And I definitely am willing to take the extra work because I miss my little boy.
Yeah, I think he went on a journey. I think he's still around, but you know how they can speak to us. You know what your pet is saying to you intuitively or whatnot. I do, like, oh, you're hungry, or oh, you need to do this or that. Like, I can pick up on those things, so that's pretty interesting. I don't think he's dead. I think he's still alive. I think he just went on a journey to Gettysburg, of all places. Oh my goodness. West of Arkansas, then back to Gettysburg. He really went on a road trip, because that's a long trip.
Well, that's great, Kevin. Definitely do some postings there, like on Craigslist for those areas like that, and with a picture and that. You just might get some replies back.
Yeah, he's an in-your-face kitty, so if he's around any of those areas, people will see him. And because he's a peeper, he likes to get in people's windows, and he gets out and he sits around, and he's not a hider. So thank you so much, Bill. Have a great night, and I'm enjoying the show, man.
Excellent.
Talk to you later, Pets.
Okay, Kevin. Excellent.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was interesting. And it's so cool how we all heard the Gettysburg. So, I got west of Arkansas, and then I got Gettysburg, and so did Sandra, and I think Lynn as well. So several of us heard Gettysburg loud and clear. Man, if he could do a post there and find his pet, that would be amazing.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's worthwhile now with some information like that, like on a Gettysburg category for Facebook or whatever, or Craigslist for that matter. So a lot of people like Craigslist. So yeah, it's worth trying.
Yeah, and I was thinking Facebook, because generally when my pets go lost, I look on La Plata County Lost and Found Pets, and that's generally where I find my pets. Somebody will hopefully pick them up instead of taking them to doggy jail or whatnot, and we've gotten our pets that way several times, so I'd definitely try Facebook, and like you said, Craigslist. There's I think it's the Penny.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's lots of message boards in those areas, so it's well worth, and they're easy to put a posting up.
That's awesome. And intriguing. Yeah. I'm like totally blown away. Okay, so we got to go to our first musical break. On this break, we have Mystique with If I Slip. We have Mocha T with Future Plan, and then Mystique again with I Want It All. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this musical break.
I got dreams and ambition. I'm ready and I'm willing. I'm meeting this competition. You don't want to be my dinner. The whole shift changed when the music bang. Love the look on their face. I got dreams and ambition. I'm ready and willing. I'm meeting this competition. You don't want to be my dinner. The whole shift changed when the music bang. I just love to see the look on their face. And if I slip, I'ma bounce messing with you, rapping ratchets, what you really thought. And my jab steady dreaming, chasing missions for the fam. Understand I'm flowing lands from the Milwaukee brand. Thought you knew you can't wear my shoes, not do what I do. It's a mob, I don't pick and choose, just stick it to the rules. Keep my beast above and beneath. They know I'm beauty. What you need, I got what you need when it come to it. Who been grinding all winter, so the summer extra lit. I've been in and out the booth trying to weigh up my greatness. It ain't no time to play with it, and if I slip, I'ma bounce right back, cause I was born for this. I got dreams and ambition, man. If I slip, I'ma bounce right back, cause I was born for this. I'm ready and willing, even if I slip, I'ma bounce right back, cause I was born for this. I'm eating this competition. If I slip, I'ma bounce right back, cause I was born for this. You don't wanna be my dinner.
With great precision, I'm on a mission. Lots of ambition, my transition. The time was ticking, willing and wishing. Just listen, I punch harder than Sonny Liston. They fishing, looking for teeth. It look like Lipton. They tripping. I am the king, whose competition? Collisions, conclusion is I'm in a position, lifted, transcending beyond their comprehension. Time to hang it up, swaggerific, the lynchman. You know how this goes. Just follow the street codes. We make it look easy like we putting in cheat codes. Beauty and the beast is in beast mode. Haters on the sidelines, I tell them to keep score. I go crazy on the beat, tell Spaz to keep it low. You know Mystique, close with a toaster, you won't toast.
And if I slip, I'ma bounce right back, cause I was born for this. I got dreams and ambition, man. If I slip, I'ma bounce right back, cause I was born for this. I'm ready and willing, even if I slip, I'ma bounce right back, cause I was born for this. I'm meeting this competition. If I slip, I'ma bounce right back, cause I was born for this. You don't wanna be my dinner.
Boca T, let's get it. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. When I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. When I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. When I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. When I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. How could you love a man who never been loved? How could you show him something he so used to lust? I know I'm young, but I know I can be the one. If he open up his eyes and know I'm the one he can trust. Support and good loving is all a nigga need. All that bullshit niggas give you is a test to see if you'll leave. And if you leave, you are not a strong queen. Cause a queen is stay still, pray and be there for her king. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. When I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. When I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. When I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. When I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. I love the way he carry himself, I love his swagger. He had me at happily ever after. No fairy tale, this a man I really wanna capture. A peek at you, got my heart beating faster. No road runner, but you got my mind racing. Still can call you up and don't know what to say. My friends might say I'm dumb, my friends might say I'm stupid. Then again, why take advice from single women? Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. When I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. When I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about. when I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. Future plan is to get you, boy. You all that I think about when I get you, I'ma treat you right, keep you close to my heart. Let's create a kingdom and have a Prince Wednesday. Build an empire, a dream I desire. Like Candy Crush on the Monday, got butterflies feeling funny. Blunt out the blunt, can't get no higher. Like a fiend who needs sexual healing. Boy, bless me with that business. You're my teacher, you got my undivided attention. Boy, would you come my way and answer a simple question?
Yeah, okay. I want it all. Even if you stepping out of bounds, keep ballin'. I want it all. Diamonds and cars, building big yachts, close up the stars, buying the bars. On it is ours. I want it all, big or small. No more of a downfall. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I could sign your baseball. Money making it rain fall on a big mall. Owning the whole block, driving to the mailbox. Cruising in my yacht, I gotta get up out this box. I want it all. I always knew that I would be rich, don't doubt for a minute. Speaking to resistance, hoping and feeling to give away $1 million. Just be chilling in the tallest building. Say hello to the mission and vision with me. Hello. Watch cost about 150 Rolex diamond luxury city. Next to Movado, model, cocky before the arrival. Lamborghini with bass high, I can hear it all. Sit back, sun roof up, is the stars. High performance cars, super saloon, exclusive rims spinning hard. Always wanted to build a park, obstacles to enter. A lot more for the kids, recreation centers. I want it all. Red bricks, cream coated, painted marble fountain as I pass, walking the stone path, heated pool, home theater for all of my family. Wanna do it for my city. Can't wait to see the chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. I want it all. Diamonds and cars, building big yachts, close up the stars, buying the bars. On it is ours. I want it all, big or small. No more of a downfall. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I could sign your baseball. Money making it rain fall on a big mall. Owning the whole block, driving to the mailbox. Cruising in my yacht, I gotta get up out this box. I want it all. I'm inside of a dungeon, life involves repercussions. Convinced that consequences leave me boxed up, feeling suction. How could this bad mistake have me thinking ways to escape? Catching the case, wanting it all has been replaced. Look at a cellmate face, I know they can't relate. Trust in the soul, heck no, it's to stay safe. Up in the place where my food is cold on my plate. It ain't no breaks, it's a time to concentrate. Watching my back, got stabbed by too many snakes. Who times dragged against the bars is the rude way. Mind race, body cold, hard to embrace. The situation made me think, why did I miss the hate? And common sense of being solved in so many ways. During the problem thoughts, I forgot I want it all. Forgot I had a dream to rule it, forgot to remember that all my fans had a part that I can have it all. I want it all, staring at the walls, walking down the halls, wait for my collect. Call supposed to be at a concert hall. Instead, I want it all behind bars. Can't reach for a star. It's a fear. I want it all. 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 Diamonds and cars, building big yards, close up the stars, buying the bars. On it is ours. I want it all. Big or small, no more of a downfall. I want it all. Diamonds and cars, building big yachts, close up the stars, buying the bars. On it is ours. I want it all. Big or small, no more of a downfall. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I could sign your baseball. Money making it rain fall on a big mall. Owning the whole block, driving to the mailbox. Cruising in my yacht, I gotta get up out this box. I want it all. Mystique.
Welcome back, and thanks so much for joining us tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Tonight we have Mr. Bill Hauser, aka Candoey. Welcome back, Bill, and thanks so much for hanging out with us and using your ghost box.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for having me on your show again. It's been awesome. I enjoy doing these sessions with people that want me to get a hold of whoever on the other side.
So, we had talked about security measures, protecting people, doing things that will protect you, and you were kind of saying perhaps I should say a little prayer for us and for protection, so I'll go ahead and do that right now. I don't generally do stuff like that here on the show, but I will do that because I know certain people in the chat room listening to these shows with the ghost box involved have had different attacks happen, so on and so forth. So I'm going to say a little prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, please look over us this evening as we are using the ghost box to communicate on the other side. Please watch over us and protect us from anything that is negative or of ill will. Please bless us and protect us throughout this night. In Jesus Christ's name, I say amen.
Amen.
Alrighty. So we're going to try your new ghost box?
Yeah, we're going to do a test run. Hello? Who would like to talk to me? You don't have to worry, I come in peace. I want to know, how many active spirits around my area, in my neighborhood? Do you know? So there's more than 8 spirits around? Just 8? Okay. Could I get a name from somebody? I'd really like to get a name. Is it possible to get a name? I need to know, is there anybody around this area that lived here at one time in the Fleetwood area of Surrey? Were you from this area at one time? Do you have a message for me then? What would be your message? Who else wants to talk? Do you know that I'm doing a radio show I'm on as a guest? Do you know any of the members of the audience? you know any of their names from the audience? You have a special message for them, maybe? Favorite? Who's your favorite? What else would you like to tell me? Pardon me. Is there anybody from the past that I may know that wants to talk? Okay, well, we thank you for communicating. Goodbye. Okay, that wraps up that session there.
Definitely. And Sandra, she's like, is this the other ghost box? Yes, this is the new one. What is the name of the model again?
RTC handheld reverb ghost box.
Okay, and then Gnome Drew said, sounds like it's active tonight. I heard my name a couple times in this. I don't know why, but I heard, hi, Tessa, Dad, talk, Mary, Minnie, hey, what, grade, oh, wait, then, Tessa, good time, oh, 8, Jack, Dro, 7, yes, Tessa, broader or brother, I think, look over him, so it was brother, look over him, harm, bully, anybody, ring, true, yes, sure, the only one, yes, also, yep, bishop, drop, BC, what, focal remedy, for real, Richard, septum, Adam, him, he, one up, dishes, needing dishes, maybe, beach, you, he, sees, sure, yeah, Bob, maybe Flynn, you were, up and out, you guys got this, group, naked, maybe it's a naked beach, I don't know, my not, taxing, then I heard Zozo, which I know is not a good name, service, drunken, Gabriel, favorite, drop the note, in a remote area, the paranormal, am I right? Successfully, Gilbert, yep, dog, he did it, CC, dirt isn't, and then it was hard to pick up anything else. Sandra said, you can, right, yep, think, Bill, Adam, beach, world, sleepy, Kevin, tempting, meth. And then Lynn heard, hey, hello, hey, oh, cool, walk in, a female laugh, he heard, it, all right, what, yeah, what, well, what up, Leslie, measure, height, bitch, bum, letters, R-E, F-R-F, favorite, elite, L, Annette, basic, C-U, Kirk.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Gabriel, that someone heard Gabriel. That's very interesting too.
Yeah, I got that, and I thought somebody else did. Let me see. I thought somebody else said that, but I did hear Gabriel. Did you hear it? I thought you did.
Yes, I did too. And then, I mean, that could be a name of somebody, but also Gabriel is also, I believe, one of the saints.
Yeah, one of the archangels. Gabriel.
Yes. Yeah. And then Zozo, I mean, that's, like you say, that's not very good.
Yeah, hearing that, I was like, I don't even want to say that, so I'm going to burn a little Palo Santo. But, yeah, that's interesting,
Well,
the different things that
yeah.
come through.
Yeah, it's a totally different feel from the other radio. It works well, like especially on events and that. When you have people around, it really responds when people are there. So, yeah, and that works well there, and it can be good on investigation. So it has some really good potential, no question about it.
That's interesting, and you said you've had a lot of interesting things come through there. Okay, so Lynn said Gabriel is good, but Zozo is bad. Yes, and we
Yes.
agree. Gabriel is good. He's an angel, an archangel, and he's a lot different than Michael. But I really love that guy, Gabriel. I love Michael too. He saved my ass so many times. But Zozo, like, I
No.
kind of don't want to say the name again. I guess I'm like,
Well, let's don't empower him, and that spirit. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely has a notorious reputation.
yeah, and Sandra said, don't want no Nile or night visitors, laugh out loud. I think we're going to be protected, but everybody, like we said before, use your protective measures, whether it's prayer to St. Michael or different stones or like a cross or medallion or whatnot that you might use. Like, use those in order to protect yourself, because things can happen when you're trying to reach through to the other side, and things can be very unexpected.
Yeah, definitely. And, one of the key factors I find with protection with people in general is basically they have to believe in it really strongly. That's key on how it works. So you have to really believe in it. So by putting the power of belief into it, it be amazed to see what happens and how he protects you.
For sure. And Lynn said, Michael saved my ass at least once. I remember back when I first started Four Corners Paranormal, I'd use the prayer before going into an investigation, and then I learned to use it afterwards because he is very powerful. And if you use it like pre-investigation, then a lot of activity will be knocked out and you don't really get anything. But if you use it after the investigation, then it can be really helpful. But he's amazing. So is Gabriel. I think Gabriel's kind of, I don't know, he's more lighthearted. I think Michael's more serious and Gabriel's more lighthearted about things. But it's intriguing, the things that come through the ghost box, for sure. And my mom was asking me about that. She's like, what exactly is a ghost box? And I'm like, well, basically, it's a box that you talk to and ask for questions, and spirits on the other side will tell you. And she's really afraid of the paranormal. Even when I was a kid and I tell her story, she's like, I don't want to hear it, because it'd really freak her out. She can watch paranormal stuff during the day, but at night she won't. But,
Yeah. Well, something about the night in general, it's a real lure for people, and some people, they really fear it. So it's amazing.
yeah, it's not the dark that I fear, it's the things in the dark.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you have strong belief in your protection, you should be okay. That's the key, I find. You have to really believe in it.
Yeah, I used to wear a St. Michael medallion, and then it kind of got worn down where the silver plating was gone from like sweating or whatever was going on. And there was copper underneath, and it actually started to feel to me like it was burning my skin.
Okay. Yeah, you might have had a reaction from it.
Yeah, which is weird, because copper generally, like, I've worn it before, I've never had that reaction, but once it wore down to a certain point, I was starting to get that burning sort of reaction on my chest. So I still have it, but I don't wear it. But St. Michael, for sure, like, I'm not Catholic, but I do truly believe in St. Michael and Gabriel and all these other fellas. Like, they do a really great job still today. Very intriguing.
Yeah, that's very interesting. All the saints there. I do like Saint Benedict. I find that particular entity, shall we say, works very well.
Yeah, a friend sending me a Saint Benedict medallion, but for some reason it never made it here and it went back to him. So I might hit him up again and say, hey, you gonna send that again? But yeah, it's pretty frustrating how things go in between and kind of block stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so as far as box goes, I did have a question. I actually left on the 25th of last month to go and see my grandpa because he was in dire straits, and before I could make it there that day, he passed away. I missed my first flight. As soon as I missed it, I knew what was going to happen, that he was going to pass away. I wouldn't be able to see him, but like I told you before, I'm glad I remember him the way he was instead of the way he was at that point. So it was sort of a blessing, but I'd like to know if there was anything that he wanted to tell me. It was pretty intriguing. He asked me what I did in my life, so on and so forth, and I told him about the Marine Corps, and then I got into the paranormal and helping people. And when I stayed at my grandma's house, I stayed in my grandpa's bar room, which is where he kept all his books and DVDs, and he had a little fridge cooler with his beers and stuff in it. And I saw these paranormal books. There was a lot of Sylvia Browne books, which weren't, well, like, at first she was good, but I think she preyed upon people too much as far as monetary value, so her gifts were, blasted away. I think she had some good information, but she corrupted herself. But there was other books that he had that I was so intrigued that he actually not only listened to what I said, but he took it to heart and did some investigating on his own. So I'm just wondering if he has anything to say to me from the other side. And I've put it out in the air what I would say to him, but I'm just wondering if he has anything for me.
Okay, let's turn it on.
Oh, so we packet.
What was your grandfather's first name?
His first name was Frank.
Frank, okay.
Frank Willard Boyd.
Hello. Tessa's here with me. She can hear. She wants to get a hold of her grandfather, whose name's Frank Boyd. Frank, you have something to tell Tessa? You doing okay on your side? What would you like to say to Tessa and the family? I heard you enjoyed reading the paranormal books. What would you like to say to us? You must have a message for Tessa. Frank? What would you like to say to the family, Frank? You doing good, Frank? You must have a message for the family there, Frank. Okay, we thank you for communicating. Bye. Oh, I got a bye right at the end. Yeah, well, of course, you know what his voice sounded like, so I don't. So, but did you hear anything that might have been somewhat connected to your grandfather?
I didn't hear his voice, but I did hear other things coming through, so I just typed out what I heard. But it's intriguing. Like last time you were on, I was asking you, when spirits are trying to communicate, can somebody else say words for them because they can't quite get it out yet? And so for me, it's intriguing. I listen to every voice, get whatever they're saying, because I think it's a cumulative effort. Like they're working together to try to get the message out. But I got, hello, what's up? Is that? Yes, he is in it. Yeah, then I tried, but it's really dark. I am signing victim, joint effort, the staunch, bubbly voice box. I couldn't help it. It's cool, pretty interesting, free. On the other side, pretty sharp now. Now there's that, heavy and present. Lively, yes, your quarter mom, you do good, my love. Keep going, there's nothing sterilizing. Oh, give me a break, which is something my grandpa said often. Oh, give me a break. What is it you need? Go, heal, feel the tide, look up, one is true, the afterlife, that's one, quite, and like you said, bye. And then, let's see, Sandra said she heard, go to it, I can't, Tess, back, tried, it's in the dark, actually, joint effort, now that's a field, amazing, nothing dead, credit, nothing for me, you're what, all good, deep, hold on, and you, Lynn heard, this sucks, yep, what's this, damn it, I tried it, find, brunette, how are you? That's cool. How nice of you. Greetings. He's dead. Not much. Fred. Liable. He is. Do what? You. Cool. Hold on. He's my friend. And which one? It was pretty interesting. I did get some messages through that. He said there was a bye at the end, but I was already posting, so he didn't post that. But yeah, I think the message got across. I think he's fine, and like I said, his death was pretty peaceful. You know, they talk about people dying in their sleep, but he would breathe and then less and less and less until there was no more. So it was quite peaceful for him, and I'm just glad he's not suffering anymore. And he was such a lively spirit. I really do miss him, but I know he's still there. And like we were talking about earlier, it's hard for the family because people don't quite understand how to deal with their emotions or their feelings, and they try to hide away from people. And when people subject themselves to the other person, it can cause an explosion, and many hurtful things are said. And like I told my mom, you got to take this for a grain of salt, you know. People are hurting, they're not quite sure how to deal with it, and they'll say things that are hurtful. They know which buttons to push. So, I don't know. I just hope everybody can come together and get through this, because that is what he would like, I believe.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well,
All right.
when it comes, oh, okay, I just wanted to say, yeah, spirits sometimes will speak on behalf of other spirits if they're not able to at that particular time or don't want to, one of the two. So, yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting what comes through and what messages you get, but I apologize again for the dogs in the backyard. Holy shnikes. But, yeah, it's intriguing. And, you go through this certain thing when you go on the other side. Some people are really spiritually centered. They know what makes them happy. They know what routes to take. And they're so spiritually powerful on the other side. And there's some people that are, delving into it towards the end of their lives, trying to learn things to, learn and be able to make it on the other side instead of going to, some people call it the spirit prison, where you go to school, you learn certain things, so on and so forth. I think he's just in transition right now, so that's why it was kind of difficult for him to come through. It's only been about a month. Like I said, he died on the 25th of August, and I came back home the 25th of September due to COVID and such regulations that the funeral couldn't happen immediately like we thought it would, but definitely a time of learning, so on and so forth. And I noticed he'd come around, and I didn't mention this to my mom. Like, we'd sit on the back porch at night, and we had a TV out there, and we'd watch certain shows, and I'd keep looking up at the window because I saw somebody walking through or walking past or walking up to the window, the sliding glass door, and I didn't say anything to her because she's very afraid and weary of hearing of paranormal experiences. So I kept it to myself, but I know he was around, and trying to let her know that he was there. And you could see the times when he'd show his presence. You have, through my experience, the parent or whoever it is coming through, it sounds like your voice in your head, but the things they say don't accumulate with what you'd say in your head. So I think that's them speaking to us. Also, in the dream realm is an easy way for them to come through. But yeah, it's pretty intriguing and interesting for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So we don't have any more questions in the chat room as of yet. Nick just showed up. Nick, if you have any questions, or anybody else listening, if you have a question for the Ghost Box, please give us a call at 970-335-9596, and we'll get your question in as soon as possible and try to get in contact with your lost friends, lost family, or loved ones. I really love the Ghost Box. Like, for me so far, what I've experienced, the SB7 is my favorite. But I don't have a whole collection like yours. What is your favorite, Bill?
Well, I tend to really like what I'm using now, the Colas Box 89. When I patch it through to the Echo Effects speaker system, it works very well. And yeah, it just is a really interesting radio. I've used it in a lot of different places. And yeah, it's always been able to give me what I need in the way of information at times, and also names and so on. So yeah, I tend to have a habit of wanting to buy other ghost boxes too, but they're all uniquely different. So yeah, they have their own feel to them when you're using them, and so yeah, your contact field to that radio. So sometimes I'll bring a few extra ghost boxes along. If I'm not really getting so much with one, I'll switch over. So I do that. So
yeah, and this one seems a bit faster as far as sweeping rate through, like, what you can hear. I'm not sure. Have you noticed that at all, or what are your thoughts on this new device? Yeah.
Well, you mean the new one I tested out before? Yeah. Well, that's yeah, it's a different type of radio. So with the reverb and everything, you're still getting stuff coming through. So again, the more you use it, the more I'll get more adapted to it, so I'll be able to use it more efficiently. So, but this one right now, when I'm using the Colas Box 89, I've used that quite a bit. So I find that works well for especially doing talk radio, and it works, as far as I'm concerned, works very well.
So right now I'm trying to reach out to different people online to see if they want to call in and use the ghost box. I saw Champ just came in. I know that he just lost his pooch, and Mooney had just done one for his kitty. So I'm wondering if Nick had any questions as far as what his pooch may have to say. If anybody else in the chat room or anybody else listening, you can go in the chat room and leave your question if you're afraid to call, because somebody, some people do have that anxiety of being around people or even speaking in front of people, even though you can't hear them. They're afraid to go on the air. But if you want to leave a question in the chat, feel free to, and we'll do it that way. Just leave your true name, so on and so forth, and the name of the person you want to contact. But it seems like the boxes are so active right now. I'm just like, come on, ask more questions.
Well, you know what's happening next month, and we got this coming week there. We got the blue moon for the month of October. So the 1st is on, I believe, Thursday. So you have a full moon then, and you have a full moon at the end of October on the 31st, which is Halloween. So it's you don't get that too often, the blue moon combination on especially where Halloween falls at the end of the month.
The blue moon definitely doesn't come around a lot, and there's so much energy. I remember last time I was there for a blue moon, I was at Dylan Redwine's mom's house. I won't say her name, but it was her birthday, so she has a camp out every year, and I'm taking these pictures, and I'm seeing orbs, but it's raining at certain points, but you don't see the rain coming down. You see things shooting up into the air, and it was so interesting to me. Like, this is not normal. Like, you could say this is the rain falling down, but it's shooting up. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, I haven't actually. Not like what you're describing. I have seen things go sideways occasionally on video and so on, in photos, or it appears that way. So that can happen. Again, you have to really look at, the video coverage and all that to really determine what might be happening. So.
Indeed. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Like, raindrops don't go up, they go down. So it was pretty intriguing to me. Okay, so Sandra is saying, my mom Janet passed this last year. Is there a message?
Okay, Sandra.
And her mother's name was Janet.
I have Sandra here. She can listen in. She wants to get a hold of her mom. Janet, your daughter's here. Do you have a message for her? You have something you'd like to tell her? What would you like to tell your daughter, Janet? You doing okay on your side? Yep. Well, that's good. You're truly happy then. Who else is there? Because I'm getting other voices in. Are you family members? I need to know from Janet, what's it like on the other side? Can you tell me? Can you tell us? Is it truly beautiful? Janet, what would you like to tell your daughter, Sandra? Must have a message of importance. You have a message to the family, maybe? Must have something of importance to tell the family, Jen. So what would you like to tell the family? I know I keep bugging you, but they would really like a message. So would Sandra. You have a message for Sandra? She doing okay in her life? You have any recommendations? Anything in final you'd like to say, Janet, to your family and Sandra? Okay, thank you. Okay.
Very interesting. I got a lot. Sandra got some too. She said, good since see Danny is, yep, fourth. Famous woman, 3D cup, begin. This English, who's with her? Oh, you know what Janet ended. I got sweetie, we pass, wait, Janet, Sandy, this is interesting. I see, help, with mini cloth. Yup. The white one, courts can help. That, oh, annoying is the fact. I think it's Gilbert. He budget up, beneful. I don't think I'm in it. It's hard to see sights. Yeah, it works. Oh, hold on. Scrolling. Okay, so yeah, it works. With heart, Elaine. I'm fine. Where are you at? No, what you? I ain't sure yet. Janet, it's calm. You? Under, it's good. Just keep up. Tell her this. In, under, it's good. Just keep up. In the end, you have life. Many partners except, and then it said porthole. Unleash the wealth. The four. She's a bugger. The diamond. They won't, bitch. It's many souls. I hear them, huh? I like that one. And then Sandra said she had to refresh to cut out. It cut out on her. Lynn said, wait, oh really? See, Danny, it works, of course. Oh, famous woman. Just one, and then, but he and you. And Lynn also said, I missed most of it as the wife went to bed. And Sandra said, Danny is a brother that passed. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I did hear a lot of other voices coming in, so I was wondering if they were somewhat connected to Sandra and her mom.
Yeah, and like we've talked about before, like the spirit could be talking to you and it can't get quite through, so people are passing it along. I remember at one point listening to your show in the Ghost Box where this one woman was like, "Hey, get in line and don't talk all at once," because people are trying to get their message through, but I think they also try to help each other get the message through, so that's pretty intriguing.
Yeah, I believe so too. I believe it's a joint effort at their behalf. It's like a bridge that we're building it at this side and they're building at that side to finish that last gap over to the other side.
Yeah, and then Sandra said, "Cool, thanks. We'll have to re-listen. She got booted off." And that's interesting. I know we have different issues with Skype and Skype so far. I was worried tonight because I had a Skype update and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to take calls, so on and so forth. But we were able to do it. But she got booted. She's going to try to reboot. So she said she'll be right back. But I think we got a lot of information. But, spirits being in transition, and as it were on the other side, it's hard for us to tell what exactly is happening, but it's cool how everybody seems to work together to get the message through, because like you said, it's many different voices saying different things. When I first started to listen to this, I'd only listen to one voice, but the more you listen to as far as voices, the more of a message you get.
Yeah, exactly. And, I find this radio sometimes gets a little more in-depth, too, so that's why I like to use it a lot for especially talk radio, too. And, it just, as far as I'm concerned, it gives me more information.
Very intriguing. And I love the Ghost Box. It allows people to come through and say different things. I've had one that was, okay, so I've used dowsing rods, and then I bought this thing that was called a digital dowser, and it basically uses verbs and so on and so forth, like different phonics to try to put a message together, and sometimes it's backwards. We have a phone call coming through. Let's see who we got. Oh my goodness, I hope it comes through. Like I said, we did an update, so I'm hoping it works. Holy shnikes. So we have area code 870. Who are we talking to?
Hey, you're talking to Lynn.
Hey, Lynn, what's up?
Lynn.
I just thought I'd call in, say hello to Bill. I appreciate the notice you sent me over Facebook about tonight's show.
Oh,
so I want to thank you for that.
Yeah, you're very
welcome. And I want to thank Tessa for hosting such a great show. I have a question. There are two local spirits. This is local to Monticello, Arkansas. Her name is Liddell Allen. And especially her son, which his nickname is kind of just like their last name, Allen. I just want to say if they're around. Allen is a jokester. I don't know what he's going to say. I don't know what he's going to do if we try to contact him. Liddell was a suicide due to a jilted love. Allen died, I believe, at age 23. Liddell doesn't come out all that much. She's a little bit gun shy, or should I say, camera and audio shy. But Allen, he likes to come out and play jokes on somebody. So if you get your hat knocked off, you get tapped on the shoulder, or he sometimes will tell you what you're wearing. So if he don't say what color shirt you're wearing. If we come up with a color, he may be talking about Tessa or Bill about what shirt they've got on or whatever, things like this. I think it should be interesting.
Okay,
nice.
So Alan, his name's Alan.
Alan?
That's what everybody calls him, Alan.
And what was the female's name?
Liddell. Liddell's his mother.
Okay. Hello. I have Lynn here listening in. He wants to hear Ellen. Does Ellen have a message? have something you'd like to say to Lynn?
Money back. I know. So,
What would you like to say, Ellen? I hear you're a talkative person.
Yeah.
Good. What would you like to say to Lynn? You have a message?
Warranty.
What would you like to say in general, Ellen? You doing good on your side? Where are you right now, Ellen? Are you around Arkansas? Are you checking in on the family members? What kind of a message do you have for Lynn, Ellen?
Easier. Weird luck.
Ellen, what would you like to say? This is your opportunity to say what you'd like. So, Ellen, do you go back and visit all the different people in Arkansas that you were connected to? You have something in final you'd like to say, Ellen? Okay, we thank you. Goodbye. Okay, that wraps up that.
That was interesting. Some of that did indeed sound like something Alan would say.
Well, I got, yep, hello, the forest line there, what? He is kind, just the Alan, big money thing, I don't know. Sell the green. Yeah, sell the green, quite nice. Oh, believe, yep, warranty them. We believe the batch cloth. Where did you get that? Fusion, Earth. As that, a month. He's a, yep. If indeed we are surfing Costco, Lynn, it's good. A trip, it's easier. We are in luck. The culp or colt. The sky is all. You there, it's a bit amuck. is there? Oh, you out. Trip is cool. Enjoyed the woods. Have had some study. Yeah, it's starting to sink in. The woods, it's different. Sandra said she heard. We do. Never. Take money back. Sell the ring. Yep. We weren't even a badge. He didn't. Hold on, it skipped. He didn't have hidden. You surf. Easier. Hat. We're luck. I think it's worth. The night is young. And then Lynn, you said it is. Yeah, big money. Bank. Oh, please. Warren Depot. Bash. Quirk. Talk. Yes, sir. Easier. Bad idea. Where luck comes easy. I think it's barking, sir. Yeah, I said who said something, and fuck you.
There was a lot of that would be relevant to Allen. I didn't tell you all about the history of the house. The Allen house, in several surveys, has been put up as the top privately owned haunted house in America. Due to Liddell and her son Allen. Been up there several times. I've always managed to contact both of them, and usually come up kind of very short answers from Liddell, but usually something comedic, something a little funny with Allen. And I believe, Tessa, you were on talking about the woods. You heard that twice?
Yeah, the forest line and the woods.
Okay. Between Star City, where I live, and Monticello, where the Allen house is located, is basically nothing but woods. You have a few people living out there on the side of the road. You may have a little community of maybe 10 or 15, 20 people. But for 25 miles, it's mostly woods. And I did not say that. You said the woods were mentioned. And I did not mention woods.
Yeah, it said...
So I found that relevant.
Yeah, it's very interesting. One of the things it said, the woods have had some study, like people have looked into it. I don't know if there's been some missing cases there or whatnot, but one of the first things that came through was the forest line. So I don't know what is associated with that, but it's pretty interesting that you're saying that this actually makes sense. It's so cool.
Yeah, and another thing too, when I heard Warren or Warm Depot. Liddell was the middle daughter. Their parents built a rail depot, a train stop, south of Monticello. And the little town they built up, if you have a railroad depot there with a train stop, you're going to have a few houses and a few buildings set there. The town of about 200 still exists today, still there, although the railroad depot is long gone. But the name of the town is Liddell. He named it after his daughter.
That's so interesting.
Wow.
So I just thought I'd throw that out, that a lot of this was, compatible with the story between the two of them, even though I did not go that much into the story before we set this up.
Yeah, and it's so amazing, like, how far apart we are. You're in Arkansas. I'm in Colorado. Bill's up there in Canada somewhere. We're all connected, like, through the spirit realm and these messages coming through. For me, it's just mind-blowing and very intriguing that we're getting this. And I even heard your name at one point.
Yes. Well, the first time I contacted Liddell, I was there in the house talking to a guide. It was a guided tour. And you still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
And my phone made a noise. Anyway, I was separated from the wife. And I was spoke to Liddell, and she spoke back very little like she normally does. And the guy said, "That's Liddell. I've heard her voice before." And I said, I really better go, because I don't know where. You're talking about a 2-story house with a basement and an attic, so I didn't know where the wife was. And we felt as how it is when you're in presence of a spirit and you feel their presence leave. I both felt. He said, "She's gone." I said, "Yes, she stepped away." And Gail, which was almost the other side of the house in the foyer, waiting on me patiently on a couch, she felt touched. She felt a spirit approach her and touch her, and it came back to where I was. And the last thing I said was, I wonder if my wife is ready to go. And it came back with one word, yes. So the devil actually has touched me and my wife, basically telling me that my wife was indeed ready to leave. And this was on Halloween night, 2016.
That's amazing.
Yeah, very interesting.
She committed suicide because she wrote a bunch of love letters. The guy who currently owns the Allen House, which is also a professor at the local university in Monticello, it's a college town. He found some letters on their floorboard in the attic. He had no clue. Nobody had a clue on why there was a ghost in this house. And she had written a whole bunch of love letters to a married man. She was in love with the man. The man was in love with her. He went to fight in World War I. And she just couldn't wait for him and married somebody else, and that was Alan's father. They later got a divorce, and she started exchanging these love letters with her former love, who came back, and due to the fact Liddell was married, he got married. And they actually carried on an affair for several years. He was a hot shot. I think it was Texaco Oil, I believe it was, if memory serves. I'm not reading anything. This is all off memory. And he promised he would come by one Christmas. And she waited and waited. There was a party, Christmas night. She felt bad because he never showed. She was dressed up waiting for him. He never showed. And she took some Christmas punch with her up to her room, locked the door, and I believe it was arsenic she put into her drink.
I think I saw that on one of these paranormal shows. It was really sad. It was like a big party. Her mom and sisters were down there, but she went back to her room and poisoned herself.
The Allen House in Liddell has been on about 3 or 4 different paranormal shows. And I've had the privilege of going in and basically investigating it. My wife she went up to the basement the first year we were there in 2017, and she absolutely refused to go up into the basement. In the basement is where the papers were discovered, and Alan has actually carved his name into an old desk that's up there. A lot of people will go up there on a tour, and they leave the attic very quickly.
Yeah, the attic was actually where they found her letters, right? Underneath a board that they pried up, and they found all these letters?
Exactly. You've got it exactly right.
Man.
And I've been there. I've touched the board where they were found. I sat at the desk. So Alan knows me about as well as he knows anybody. That's not an immediate family member. Every time I go up, there's a little something going on. I was there in their dining room, and a tour went through. And this one guy, this is again on Halloween, this is 2017, this guy was kind of at the back of the tour, and I noticed he was the only one with a baseball cap on. I'd never seen this man in my life, not since, not before. He was just a guy. I wasn't even looking that close. I couldn't tell you what kind of shirt he was wearing. I just saw he was the only one in the tour group with a baseball cap. So Alan was hanging around me, watching all my equipment, like he always does. And I said, Alan, can you tell me the name of the gentleman who was wearing the baseball cap in the tour? And the guy, of course, jumped a little bit because he knew he was the one wearing a baseball cap. And then Alan said his name where the guy heard it. The guy ran out of the room. He ran out of the room. He was
gone. Well, it's amazing because I got the name Alan. The only other name I got was yours. So that's interesting that this stuff pops up. Like, this stuff really works. And it's so amazing to me. I try to use my ghost box and talk to my grandpa, and I actually recorded it, and I got some stuff going on. But, I mean, like I was saying earlier, Bill is very gifted, and his gift, along with his ghost boxes, it's just like a total amazing trifecta where these things come out. And like I was saying, I'm in Colorado, you're in Arkansas, he's in Canada, way up there, like, and we're still getting the messages from the other side. It's so amazing.
Yes, and the Allen House is 25 miles from where I'm sitting. There's some distance involved there.
It's mind-blowing. I can't believe it. Holy shnikes.
All right. Well, let somebody else have a chance.
Well, on this note, we're going to go to our second musical break. We're a little late, so I'm sorry, guys, but we got Mystique featuring Beauty and the Beast with Rampage. We have Mooka T with My Life. This song is a bit explicit. We also have Mystique featuring Beauty and the Beast with Time for School. So you guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this musical message.
Spark so much fire, think I woke up the dragons. I'm the new beast, spitting apocalypse for a fantastic. Got the power from God, made the rest hard to breathe. I'm on the surface, flow so powerful, industry don't fit me. Spark so much fire, think I woke up the dragons. I'm a new beast, spitting apocalypse for a fantastic. Got the power from God, made the rest hard to breathe. I'm on the surface, flow so powerful, industry don't fit me. You people fire well, I'm the kind that made you inspire. Smoke detector can't take the battery, is what I require. I am led to put me out, you need a metal lid. Stop, drop, and roll to your nearest exit. Not the one to play, we'll make you go back and edit. Make you jump double dutch till your leg legs. Head knobbing with the flow, man, I need a helmet. I done screwed up these verses and got them pregnant. One of a kind, and chick could step to my comparison. F the world up with this, man, I should just marry it. My words are weapons, big as tools that can't fit in your kid. They sell it fake, hoping I'd rather kill your hope like ISIS. Still killing it, infinite, check the status, I'm getting the wind. Froze the flows with multiple codes, my symbols grows, I'm cold as snow. I know the principles, and we feasting the beast with the dragon relief when it happens and show that I don't play though. Step into us will be so fatal. Spark so much fire, think I woke up the dragons. I'm the new beast, spitting apocalypse for a fantastic. Got the power from God, made the rest hard to breathe. I'm on the surface, flow so powerful, industry don't fit me. Spark so much fire, think I woke up the dragons. I'm a new beast, spitting apocalypse for a fantastic. Got the power from God, made the rest hard to breathe. I'm on the surface, flow so powerful, industry don't fit me.
Hey, it's swag. I done got back in my bag. I done had people laugh. I done seen people pass. I spaz like spaz. The garbage man and they trash. This of course I can't crash. This a race and I'm fast. I pass the fate and put all of it last. Dragon so I clash. I hide it all in the stash. We are diamonds, they are brass. I'm connected with no lag. She a spin 30 for a bag. That's my wife and I'm glad. Michael Myers with his stabs. Ali with his jazz. A scientist in the lab. JJ Watt in his past. The amigos with the dab. This is why I ride. And I got the nag. Spazzy rolled a sack with Mystique in the back. Money tall like Shaq. Weapons like Iraq. I am cancer in a pack. The 9/11 attack. We don't know no slag. You can't hold us back. Rock and roll with that.
So much fire, think I woke up the dragons. I'm the new beast, spitting apocalypse for a fantastic. Got the power from God, made the rest hard to breathe. I'm on the surface, flow so powerful, industry don't fit me. Spark so much fire, think I woke up the dragons. I'm a new beast, spitting apocalypse for a fantastic. Got the power from God, made the rest
Life, the quality or state of being alive, a living organism, and I am. Mocha tea, let's get it. My life, the sugar, honey, iced tea. They wonder why I smile so gracefully, and wonder why I like blue cheese. When I'm lactose, 10 toes, 10 fingers, nigga, 10 hoes. Flow dope, whip it, microwave and stove was broke. Broke days, broke weeks, even broke months. A rich don't will have them going crazy. Lettuce and mac and cheese got them going crazy. Irregular, abnormal, and unusual. So unusual, I got shot for being beautiful. You can tell me love, you so gorgeous, but yet got a gun pointing to my forehead. Yo, head break bread, yeah, we gon' feast. Remember the cold nights we had nothing to eat. Southern Belle raising hell area near you. I'm hungry and leaving no proof. My life, my life, my life. It ain't always sunshine in my life. A big puzzle, I'm trying to figure peace ain't right. They thought I wasn't gonna make it, I know they didn't. It's visual, check your vision if you got the issue. A news feed if you got the memo. Breaking news, a new wave coming. Fuck a wave, hurricane, so mocha-licious. I really do this, it's in my blood. Pass it to my kids when I have some. And that's hip-hop.
Are you ready? It's time for school. Roll out your red carpet. You gotta love to learn and have fun. It's time for school.
Do you believe? Are you ready? Get ready. It's time for school. Roll out your red carpet. You got to love to learn and have fun. It's time for school.
The funniest memory that I could recall is getting up to shopping my pencil as a kid, showing off my new outfit from head to toe. Yo, I love the life of 3 9-year-olds with hyper goals. My mind be blown. Don't get upset when the answer's wrong. Pray for strength and you'll survive to be strong. I am a teacher, it's how I define myself. Help me vibe so well. Don't stress, do your best and forget the rest. Mama made sure we pray to God, highly blessed. And I am honored. No weapon formed against us should prosper. Don't ever forget. And I bet when you enter into school, you'll feel ultimate. No consequences of your accomplishments. Move away from the negativity, it got you bit. And if you getting in the midst, just take the time and repent. Stay focused, get a pencil, write about the lesson. Raise your righteous hand, find the answer to questions. Could be your main plan, leave a saucy impression. You are your own fan, you got this, is what I recommend. Do you believe? Do you believe? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's time for school. Roll out your red carpet. You gotta love to learn and have fun. It's time for school.
Do you believe? Are you ready? It's time for school. Roll out your red carpet. You got to love to learn and have fun. It's time for school. Back then, I loved school. I was cool. I was putting in my dues. I ain't wanna be no fool. Mama had it poppin'. School supplies and shopping. Success was an option. Math had me locked in, but English was my topic. Lunchtime, I had it rocking. Lunch tables was knocking, and we wasn't stopping. In gym, I was good from the 3. Like Stockton, music class, I had everyone stuck. They was watching. We wore your bow straps with retros and the watches. Love life, humble yourself. That's my creed. Think with your mind and heart, you will achieve. Pray on it, give it to God, and proceed. Your goals, ambition, and God is all you need. Imagination and will is something we can't teach. Remember Dr. King, he had a whole dream. You can do whatever you want. I believe.
Do you believe? Do you believe? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's time for school. Roll out your red carpet. You gotta love to learn and have fun. It's time for school.
Do you believe? Are you ready? It's time for school. Roll out your red carpet.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for listening in tonight. Tonight we're joined by Bill Hauser, aka Candoey, with his Ghost Box. Welcome back, Bill, and thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight and helping us to connect to the other side.
Yeah, it's been really great. I've enjoyed this show so far, and the interaction with the Ghost Box and with the audience.
And it was amazing with Lynn. Like, Lynn, you were saying, like, so many things added up and the whole big money thing, or take the money back, so on and so forth. It's all about, like, historic preservation, putting the money in, like, with people investigating in this area, so on and so forth, and just the messages still coming through. I feel like it's not residual, it is intelligent. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I believe it's very intelligent. Having met, if you can call meeting a spirit, actually meet, this is not visual. Not when they interact with you and answer questions, like the incident with the gentleman with the hat, when I said, you know, there's a guy with a baseball cap in this room. Can you, Alan, can you tell me his name? Just say it real loud. And without the name came out really loud, and the guy heard it, and it ran out of the room. I think he ran off the tour. Because that was on a Halloween, and who wants a remote device calling out your name at 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night in a haunted house? Especially when he just walked in the room, and there's no way I pre-recorded it into my equipment, and no way I could have known his name. Because I've never seen the guy before. He'd never seen me before. He had no clue who I was. But I ended up having his name go out over the equipment. There was no way I could have faked it.
Yeah, with the equipment, you can't plan that. It just comes out, and you're like, hey, did you just hear what that said? It's amazing.
And that's what kind of guy Alan is. I said, Liddell she's very shy. She runs out of energy in a hurry. You get a sad feeling there. Occasionally, in the same house, you get some shadow figures run through, and there has been a thing with doppelgangers.
Oh my, I've had that in my house quite a bit, doppelgangers. I was afraid because generally when you hear about doppelgangers, it's like something coming in to take over your life. So I thought for sure I was going to die or something, like something was going to happen. At one point, this chick is doing my dishes, and I'm like, if she's going to do my dishes, I'm all good with that. But it was just intriguing, like, she had showed up to so many people at so many different times, even to my brother. I had not seen him in 30 years. My mom was killed by a drunk driver, and that's my birth mom. I have a mom that raised me and adopted me the last couple years, and I'm so happy for that. But, yeah, the spirit came to him and said, Gary, wake up. You gotta wake up. And it was me in a white dress, which is the way this thing always appears. And it makes you wonder, like, what is its agenda? White dress makes you think this is a pure spirit. It's trying to be pure, so on and so forth, to gain your trust. But at the same time, do you really trust it? Is it really on the level, or is it trying to gain your trust at a different angle?
It's hard to tell with spirit. The doppelgangers at the Allen house, they mimic some of the people in the house. The gentleman who was the professor has walked in and seen his wife in one room, or maybe another floor, walked downstairs. There's his wife again. She hasn't been upstairs in a couple of hours. His wife has seen him a couple of times where she shouldn't be seeing him. It's really weird. And sometimes I think Alan's been playing tricks on him. He loves a good laugh. And what's the way to get a good laugh is walk in as somebody's spouse. When the spouse is downstairs, you walk in the room where they are upstairs. It's creepy and gives everybody a start, but then, okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, and it was really creepy, like, this thing, after taking my form several times and actually having physical contact with my second oldest daughter, it pushed her down on the tree fort, ran in the house, closed the door and locked it, and just sat there and laughed at her as she's trying to get in. When I'm inside, playing poker with my roommates, and I'm wearing a tank top and shorts, not a white dress. I don't know, it's just really weird. Then later on, just this last year, my second oldest daughter was seen walking into the kitchen. My roommates heard her pouring the cereal and the milk, so on and so forth, and she's talking to her. She's not answering back, and she's like, "Are you ignoring me? Are you mad at me? Like, why are you not answering me?" And then she went into her bedroom and saw that she was still there asleep. So it's intriguing why these spirits do this. Like, it's trying to gain information from you or gain your trust for some sort of reason. I don't know. I'm really unsure as far as the clarification of that answer, but it's pretty insane that they do that. And they're so intelligent to the point that they can do that.
Yeah, some of them can read minds. Like I was this summer. Bill, have you ever heard of Poverty Point?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's another one for you to look up. Look up Poverty Point in Louisiana.
Okay.
It's about 50, 60 miles to the east of Monroe, Louisiana. They're thinking that it's one of the oldest Native American habitations in North America. It's kind of weird. They were just hunter-gatherers, and all of a sudden they decided to build a town and build this huge bird-shaped mound. And the reason it's called Poverty Point is because that was the name of the plantation that was there later on in the early 1800s. It's got a rather bad history. It's had a 1,000 years of Native Americans living there, and then it was a plantation for a couple of hundred years. Of course, you had the slavery thing. One of the previous owners decided they'd have a graveyard on top of one of the Indian mounds. They're not sure what the Indians used the mound for. It's one of the smaller, low mounds. But the white people down there on the plantation decided to use it as a graveyard for the owners. And I got creeped out. I was trying to get familiar with them, and they only had one name, Sarah. Yeah, I finally got her saying something. And a friend of mine outside of Little Rock has a production company. He's big in making movies now. He's a former paranormal guy, but now he's producing and directing movies. And I said, Sarah, just a laugh. Can you say, Sarah says hi? This is his production company. That's the name of his production company. Everybody's got to have a unique name. His is Sarah Says Hi Productions. But it's a Sarah. If he could just say Sarah Says Hi, he'd get a good laugh at it if I relayed this back to him. So she comes up and says, Sarah Says Hi. And then she says, Alan. I did not, either that time or before, mention Alan's name. I did not say Alan's name at all. I just said a friend.
Yeah, you didn't mention it tonight, but I got it in my headphones. I heard the name Alan. I keep thinking I heard so too, but that's intriguing.
That's a spirit that I ran into down in Poverty Point, and then they told me afterwards. I all thought there was 2 graves out there. There were 6 people buried on this mountain. There's several of the members of Sarah's family. And I also got, you just stepped on my grave.
Ooh.
And I was totally creeped.
Yeah, I bet.
And to have that happen to you when you're, 200 yards from anybody. But I got it recorded.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go on. Bill, love talking to you. But let's go ahead and get somebody else in here, and maybe we can get another Ghost Box session going.
That's great. It's really nice talking to you there, Len.
Nice talking to you, Bill. Anytime.
Okay, super.
Night, Len. I'm so glad you called in.
Yep. Good night.
Nighty-night. Love and light.
Night.
I'll be back in the chat room.
Heck yes. So if you guys would like to call in, holy shnikes, The number is 970-335-9596. I have a pack of wild dogs outside my window at this point. But if you want to call in for the Ghost Box, just let us know. You can leave a message in the chat room or you can call online. So stressful. I apologize about the rabid dogs. We have a whole pack in the backyard. Puppy power, Sandra said. Yes, to the 10th power. It's insane. Anybody want a puppy? We have like 5. And they don't sound very nice at this point. Nobody wants these type of puppies, but holy shnikes. I apologize, Bill, for the background noise and the distraction, but I'm so glad you're here. We're doing these calls. We're getting answers for different people. We actually have Coco in the chat room. I'm hoping she calls in. But if anybody listening wants to call in, make sure you call 970-335-9596 to get your call through. Bill, is there anything that you'd like to add to what we've done so far or anything along with the ghost boxes?
Oh, you said Coco's in the chat room. I just want to say hello, Coco.
Hello, Coco. Yeah, I'm so glad to see her. I haven't seen her so long. Last time I did, I was in Phoenix, and I was actually going to this club, and man, so many things have happened since then. We lost BTO. It was a major part of my life personally. He actually showed up in my house, closing a door, turning at a stringent pace, very quickly, and walking away. And I think he was telling me, you need to close this door and move on. But he's always a part of my life. Anything I do here on the show. He was such a major support system and so amazing.
Yeah. He passed, about a year ago now?
Yeah, it was about a year ago. Same age as me, from liver failure. It was so sad.
Yeah. Yeah, and he lived in New York, I remember. Yeah, I remember briefly, saying little comments to him, and he would say back to me in the chat rooms and that. So, yeah, he was a super great guy in a lot of ways, and he definitely was in tune with paranormal stuff.
Yeah, Coco says she just tried to call, and there was no answer, but let me try to get her in. Oh, goodness. Hopefully this works. Oh, my. There we are. Okay, so I'm trying to call her right now to see if she will answer. I did not see her call come through, so I apologize, Corrine, but she looks super excited.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Corrine, how you doing?
How are you, Bill?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And yourself? It's been a while. Yeah, it's been about a year ago that we chatted on the radio.
I know. Hi, Tessa.
Hey, Corrine. So good to hear your voice.
You too. Okay, so Bill, my favorite person to reach out to is Konstantin Rodova. And I wonder if he could come through, because he's always, I've had really good success with getting in touch with him. So maybe we could ask him to come through and just say his last name, and it's Rodova.
Hello. Rododov, I want to contact you.
Konstantin.
Konstantin Rododov, do you have a message for us?
Is the number.
Konstantin Rododov? Do you have something you'd like to tell us? Do you have a message?
The policy.
I believe you spoke before on my equipment. Do you have something you'd like to tell us? I'm on a radio show. Corinne's listening in. She's a big fan of yours. Do you have some kind of a message for us? Constantine, can you say your last name nice and loud? Could you do that for us? Constantine, can you say your last name nice and loud for us? Let us know that you're here. What would you like to tell us, Constantine Rodadov? Do you have a message?
No.
What would you like to tell us there, Constantine?
He had like a German accent. And I feel like I'm hearing that voice, but it's not coming through very clearly.
No. We're getting other voices coming through as well. Constantine, are you able to speak to us right now? Constantine Rodadov, can you speak to us, please?
Now,
Yeah. Oh,
Bill, what is that ghost box you're using?
what was that?
What is the ghost box you are using?
I'm using the Colas Box 89 patched through to a Echo Effect speaker.
Okay, that's something new, isn't it?
I was using that on your show last year.
Okay, that's
Then all of a sudden, all the batteries drained. You remember that? That was really weird.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I haven't had that happen since, but that was unusual, shall we say?
Right now, have you guys tried to ask BTO to come through? I'm guessing you have, right?
Not tonight, we haven't, but we could do that if you'd like.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
If he could come through, and what can we have him say to us? Maybe I'm trying to think. Tell me, BTO, if you can hear us right now, and I know you can, if you can come through and say,
Holy
let's get
cannoli,
him
butter
just to,
fuko.
yeah, let's get him to say BTO.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Hello, BTO. How you doing there on your side? We got Kareen here. We got Tessa. Do you have something you'd like to tell us? I know you'd like to say something. How about saying BTO? Can you say that for us? Hello. Could you say that to us? Just say BTO. You tried? Just say BTO. Are you having problems at your side there? Not able to manifest your voice?
I thought I heard Coco.
If you could speak to us, BTO, do you have something you'd like to say to Kareen or Tessa? You know, we'd really like to hear from you. You doing okay on your side, BTO? You truly happy on your side, BTO? Somebody's laughing. Are you guys wanting a little party back there? You having a little conversation back there? Any of you seen BTO? BTO, if you had something you want to say to your family members. Do you have something in final that you'd like to say, BTO? Okay, we thank you. Goodbye. Okay, that was interesting.
Yeah, and the thing is that if we were to slow down, take the time to slow down all of that, we'd probably hear a lot more. But it's hard to discern when you're live like this exactly what you're hearing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I always suggest to people after if they not go into the archives and listen to the show and kind of play it back if they find something of interest there.
Right, right. Well, I've been asking BTO to help me with my readings that I've been doing, and he really, I have to say, he's really helped me a lot.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, you guys, I'm so fascinated with this contact with the other side that I just finished reading a book about. It's kind of like phone calls from the dead, like all the way. Yeah, it's a new book by Jimmy Petanito. But anyways, and he was on my show. But anyways, so but the ways that we're getting contacted from the other side, like they could be, in this book, there's like anything from emails to obviously phone calls, spirit boxes. I mean, it's just endless the ways that they can contact us, So yeah, really interesting. I love it. I just love it. So thank you for having the show, Tessa.
No worries, and I'm so grateful that Bill's here. I know on your first question I got, yep, I'm not in it. Is this, or is thus, hey, lip service. 80 is the number, so I don't know what that means. Yeah, go there. It's Volt. The policy, what? Yeah, it's not. It is up in appraisal. The next shelf, the mic, he's there, except the other tail. Victim, negate, Beowulf. Teacher, yes, no doubt. You're a culprit anytime you want to talk. And then a female said, I like him. And it said, you, scary, oh love, I love your expertism. It's yes, it's not, you're there, it's you, it's me. And then you hear this laughter, ha ha ha. I'm aloft, no, yeah, you, wave on. You're just sugar from heaven, he said, which is very sweet. Sandra heard, what's on ya? Hey, something. Oh, policy, button, dog, it is, balance gift. Why did you do that? Pagan, teach you. No, don't. You don't hold it. Income, you never sleeping. Keep the basement. Cute, you're just shook. That's it. Fresh. And then Lynn said he heard, hey now, hey, in a female voice. Creep. Policy went, you did, election, oh my, oh do what? Rulaba, you did, Bill help, need help, handcuff, the hell with it, Lynn or Lynn, don't look, Bob shook. And then Sandra said, you're skinny, Latino, hola, yep, you're next, BTO, hey, took, sleepy, laughing, I've tried. And then when it came to the BTO reading, I got, it is what it is, I'm here, yes, hey sweetie, okie dokie, which I've never heard him say that, so that was weird. Tess, I built up, okay, you're not bending this way. It's super big, and then big, like in bold caps, like big. The vulture, Sleepy's here. As a matter of fact, laugh out loud because there was laughing. I've tried, yeah, man, it's hard. The other realm, it's there. Benevolent, Coco. What's this? Oh, it's not that hard, and there is a bubble ahead. You know I am. He's the. Look up, yes. It's a conundrum. BTO-isms. Are you? Full slip, laugh out loud. Ah, yeah, it is. The bomb, yes. He's in Ukraine, yes. BTO is hot. Oh, it's the. He's in Ukraine. Okay, so I just went back again. It is the life. Yeah, it's really is happening. Yeah, you are now a lap. And then it said a muck. Sandra heard, man, it's hard. Paid. Excuse me. Look, I'm good. Accused. Thank you. Laughing. Yes, indeed. Skippy. My husband. BTO. Heart. It really is nothing. And Nap. Lynn said he heard. Party. What? I wonder if he knows. MIG. Aid. Human. Cities. Yep. Better. All of them. Rite Aid. Overfull. He would. I'm good. You choose. Thank you. And then he heard the female laugh. Yes. Shoot. Yeah. You crazy. Yes. BTO. There's something. No. Sleepy said, hey. I think he was just coming in the chat room. But yeah, a lot of laughter during that, which is pretty common for BTO, and then BTO-isms, and then hearing BTO is hot, and I don't know, I think he's seeing things differently than he thought before, but I still love his perspective, and I still think about it every day.
Yeah. Well, did Sandra tell you the reading that we got, Tessa, for BTO?
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh my God. She would tell you, if she was on, she would tell you this was the most amazing reading from my most amazing psychic medium that is my go-to. But he came through and he came through so clear for so long. And he said that, I said, BTO, am I ever going to find a boyfriend? And he goes, he said, you're married with children on another lifetime right now. And so this woman was given a reading. She said, yeah, she goes, I know this is true. I know that what he's telling you is true. And the reason I'm in this lifetime, or on this lifeline, I guess, is that I can do what I want to do, and in the other life I can't do what I want to do, like with children and being married. I don't know. But it made me feel better for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, and then he told Sandra that her husband was so normal. So I wish she was on right now because she could tell you exactly what BTO said to her. And she's had some incidents at her house that it was, obvious that BTO is screwing around with her, like missing items, things like way out of place, all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, it was amazing, So he's good. I mean, he understands that. Yeah, I mean, she's like Renee, my friend Renee that gave us the reading. She said he can do anything right now. He's very, very powerful. So it was so cool,
Well, it is interesting, and she was telling me about this dream she had, and he's wearing a yellow-covered t-shirt, and at this point I had a nephew of mine living in my house, and I told them all to stay out of this room because my niece-in-law was living there. She was out with her boyfriend or whatnot, and I heard the click on of her light, so I got pissed off, got out of bed, opened the door, and started down the hallway, and I saw somebody in sweatpants, and it looked like a cream-colored t-shirt, or not t-shirt, but sweatshirt, because it was dark, and I saw them close the door, turn abruptly to the right, and then walk quickly into the living room. And so I walk in there, I'm looking everywhere, I'm about to bust some balls, like, I told you kids, stay out of this room, and there's nobody there. I even looked on the front porch, nobody was there, and at first I didn't think it was BTO because I always imagined him taller. But then when Sandra told me what she saw, I was like, oh my God, it was BTO. And I think he was telling me, close the door, move on, trying to give me some sort of message. But it was really cool, really calming. And, occasionally he's come in and we've had all kinds of like paratechnical issues. But I think right now he's doing some sort of astral hop or whatnot. But it's been pretty intriguing. I think he's learning something different than what he thought before.
Yeah, of course, it's nothing like any of us could imagine, right?
You never know till you're there.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, very cool. So, so Bill, what else? I mean, have you incorporated anything else into your ghost box sessions that has helped you, or I'm just curious?
Basically, I'm sticking with the main box for doing Ghostbox sessions like this and for radio, because I know it works fairly well and gives, pretty good information. But yeah, I have played with some other radios, and I just got one not too long ago. We tried a little earlier tonight, and it's got some great potential there too. I used it on an event actually 2 times. I was invited to a second time to the event there. It's basically a closed down hotel, but had a notorious reputation for all kinds of bad stuff going on there. And it was very interesting on the tour there. The people were quite amazed with what was coming through that radio and the other one.
Wow. I wonder, Bill, if let me ask you something. Have you been having strange dreams lately?
Oh,
I definitely have.
All the time. Sometimes I remember them, sometimes I don't, but it happens.
They've been very vivid.
I'd have to say,
such.
yeah, I'd have to say yes, I do have them.
Okay, I wonder if when because you're calling out spirits so often, that I wonder if the after effects of you doing this are actually coming through your dreams. Like you're encountering people that are actually, responding to you, but they're not responding in real time. They're responding in your dreams. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, there is another factor with ghost boxes that people have experienced with their friends and loved ones is, say someone's in, Buffalo, New York, and the other person's in California, for example, and the person, because of the time difference, has gone to bed on Eastern time, and then the person in California is using the ghost box, and they're nicely asleep. They're actually getting the voice from the living person, their essence of their consciousness, shall we say. And I found that very fascinating, too. Tim Woolworth has talked about that as well. He's talked about it, and a few others I've heard as well, and he's actually experienced it. I have not yet, but it's a interesting phenomena by any stretch of the mind.
Right.
Well, you guys, we are in the last 3 minutes of the show. So, Coco, I love your writing, and I love your readings, and I love what you do and your energy and such. Can you tell our listeners how to find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me at CorrineDeWinter.com. I'm also on Facebook under Corrine DeWinter. And or you can go to purpleplates.com. There's a lot of different ways you can find me. I'm there.
She's everywhere.
You're out there.
And thank you so much once again for being our guest tonight, Bill. And I'm so excited for next month. Thank you again for joining us on Late Night in the Rockies on We Are Paradox Media. Can you tell our listeners how to find you, where your YouTube page is, so on and so forth?
Yeah, they can find me at William Hauser with YouTube and also Candoey. I have 2 YouTube channels, as well as I have my own podcast under Bill Hauser. And it also has Candoey in there as well, Candoey. And Facebook and some of the other social media, and just Google my name too. You'll come up with quite a bit about me.
Very nice. Well, it's so great to have you on, and all the messages we got tonight were freaking amazing. You guys, if you didn't catch it, go into the chat room, look at what we got, because we all typed out our things, and there's so many different messages coming through that do pinpoint what we're talking about. But thank you again, Bill, for being here. And thank you to all of our friends on We Are Paradox Media's Facebook, Spreaker, Twitter, Periscope, iHeartRadio, and wherever else you may be listening beyond the Omniverse tonight. I had a wonderful time, and I can't wait to do it again next weekend when we have Second Chris Garcia and Surprise Sunday, because it's a surprise to me as well. I don't know who's going to be here, but it's going to be a really great time. So you guys, don't forget, we are all in this together. Together we can make the world a little better. And together, my friends, we are Paradox Media, because without you, there is no us. If you'd like to join us on the Skype after party, look us up and send me a contact request at tessa.n.thomas30 or give us a jingle at 970-335-9596. Until next time, Nighty night, love and light. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend and week, and I will see you back here same time, same place. I'm so glad you called in, Corrine. It was so awesome to hear your voice. I've missed you, and I've been thinking about you a lot.
I know. I've been jammed up, man. I mean, everything. Whatever. We'll talk.
Yeah, life has been insane.
Tell me about it, Jesus.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to say. You know, I don't know what to say anymore about anything, really.
I'm so glad you called in. It's such a blessing to hear your voice. I feel so happy now. I'm uplifted.